welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning back in. We are today in the D150 R Dynamic 2019 Range Rover Evoque. Now, if you don't know, this 2019 model has had a facelift. It's had a few extra bits and bobs added to it since the last generation. So, what's left to do? Let's go inside and check it out. Inside the motor, you've got all the dials. It's very new, this car. As you see there, it's done 263 miles. So it is very new. We've got the whole length of the roof, pretty much. It's probably 90%, I would say, is all panoramic. And I think that makes a huge difference in this car, just because it has quite a low roof in here than a lot of the other Range Rovers. Gives it a little bit of a advantage in terms of, it makes it feel a lot lighter, it makes it feel a lot bigger in here, which is always really nice. And I find for me personally, that I like the panoramic roof. It gives in a lot of light, and it also makes you feel like you're outside, although you don't necessarily need like a sunroof or anything like that. But it's a fixed panoramic, so that's always nice. It's got down here, I actually really like this little trim on here. It's actually plastic, but it makes it look a lot nicer. It's got the chrome Land Rover badge. If we lift this up, so you can pull the tube, and it's got underneath here cup holders, which is always quite cool. Storage, but I won't go too much into that. Double armrest, so you can lift one or the other. This car also has got a head-up display. That's always nice to have in the car, it's useful. So whilst the car's on, I was just going to show you. So through the systems, you got the fan on this side, or as it's on AC and the fan's on, circulating air, and then this is auto drive, so that is also allocated here. So you've got Eco, which is normal drive, and you've got off-road, another off-road, like the different terrains. You can do all the seats, so if you click on seat, it's got the heated seat, you can turn it on. Climate, you can go and change the wind flow. Vehicle, you go back to there. Up here, it's all the radio and the different apps you can get up here. So you got your reverse camera, parking sensor, but this actually also has got Apple Play. I haven't set up my phone to this, but it's sort of in the media bit here and the telephone bit here, so you just set up with the Bluetooth and stuff, so it's got a lot of app on here. So it's also got the cruise control and then your telephone / media on this side. Head-up display, as I showed you earlier, and that's kind of it in terms of the feature in this car. I do like this double screen. It tilts up even more when you're actually driving it along. It's working for the driver's benefit. I think it's in work in progress for me, but others may love it. I know it probably sound a little bit negative towards it, like I was on the Velar, but I just think in terms of the safety aspect, you have to look down to press that button. But as it's not a button, it's just a screen, that's probably where I'm coming from. Coming from a bit of old school, where I like an actual button to press, like on here. It's got a parking button, and then and it's got a button on the front here to put it into gear. But that's just me. Consumer advice, it's nice and compact in here. It's pretty basic. Love the screen on top. It's only got one button up the top here, so it's actually not too complicated in terms of lots of buttons everywhere and bits and pieces like that. So it's very self-explanatory. This car is very compact, it's very nice, it's very good. So, and then when it comes to just basic controls, this actually has got paddle shift. Didn't actually see that before, but that's part of our dynamic kit on it, which is really cool. Same spec as the front. It's got that nice diamond replica look. Two different leathers there. And then sitting in the back, yeah, I think it works well with this panoramic actually. Really cool. enough room. I wouldn't say if I was sitting behind that person, I wouldn't get my feet behind there. There's enough room for me in the back here, but you have to have a small and short driver. I think it would be a struggle to get me in the back. As you can see, it's quite low here. I'm 6'2", as I've said in many other videos, but that's just me. And it's sitting in the Carpathian grey with a 20-inch 5-spoke black gloss rims. And it's got these nice black trims everywhere. Nice, nice, nice. Sensors are dynamic on the front and back. If you look at it, is actually, unfortunately it's a diesel, but it's a diesel D150. So I'm going to start with showing you actually into the back. It's got the button on the key, this button here. Shows you the boot isn't massive in here, but still good space. You can fit maybe a case or two. As you see, there's one small bag in there. And it's just got the touch button to close it. But all very nice. Smooth, sleek, all that. It's got these funny handles. I see again, this was on the Velar, if you remember. I'll show you the link here. These handles here, just for me, I think they should have finished it off in the paintwork. It just looks in person a little bit cheap. Two-wheel drive. Yes, two-wheel drive. It's not four-wheel drive, this one. It's a two-wheel drive D150, which actually means it has 150 horsepower in this model, and it has an impressive, or not very impressive, 0 to 60 time in 10.4, 10.5 seconds, which actually in this compact SUV you don't really need to be going that quick. But it's a comfortable drive, it's really luxurious in here. It's just like being in a mini Range Rover Sport as it's designed to be. They spec them almost identically. It's just in terms of the sizing, that's literally the only difference. So it produces around 52 miles per gallon. That's what's projected. Whether or not it gets that on day to day, I don't know if it needs to be warmer, your tyres need to be brand new, etc, etc. But I think that is something that you would obviously have to test by yourself, and it depends how you drive, all these different factors. But if you're just poodling along, I think that is something that would be of interest if you're into that. This is actually the greenest of the Evoque specs. So the P300's got more power, it's got more performance, and it's the most expensive. That produces a bit more bang for your buck. 0 to 60 time, that is actually 6.6. It's, as well as its speed, it's got a higher spec, it's got a bigger engine, and it's got more power. Yes, you're paying for more power. In this type of car, you don't need it. I think it's actually quite pokey, this car. I mean, it's not, I've just told you the 0 to 60 time, but I think it's a 2-litre turbocharged diesel, but I think it works well. I think it's a little bit lighter because it doesn't have the 4 differentials for the all-wheel drive, but it's still quite nippy, it's nimble, it's compact. God, that's an irritating indicator. But I think overall, this car, it serves its purpose rather well. It's luxurious. Yes, it's more expensive than a lot of the other compact SUVs. Yeah, it's a lot more expensive than some of the other SUVs. It ranges from about £30,000 to 35 in this model. It's got the R Dynamic kit on it, which I think is about an extra £1,500 in the UK. It's got Apple Play in the car. It's got many other great features, like the double screen it has. So it's very, very similar to the new Sports in that sense. It's got a 10-inch screen, which looks really nice. I just love this panoramic roof. It's really, really good. It makes you feel like you're outside without needing to be. Got the AC blowing, got the sun shining. For once in the UK, it feels like it's summer. Woohoo! But the seats are super comfortable. The drive, it's not too out of place. It doesn't feel like it's a two-wheel drive. It drives, for me, like a four-wheel drive car. And that's all that matters, really. You're in luxury, you're in comfort, and you don't feel like you're in... I find from the new Evoque to the old one felt a lot more boxy than this car. This car, you feel like you're in a sport, to me. Yes, you're a little bit lower down, but in terms of its luxuries, you don't feel like you're in a small looking car. But overall, I really actually like this little compact car. As I said before, the only things I'm not a huge fan of are the screens where you have to take your eyes off the road and figure it out, but I think you'll get used to that. That's just one probably negative about the car, but overall looks fantastic. It drives pretty good. I'm not going to be setting any land speed records in this car, but it's not designed for that. But in terms of the other cars available on the market, if you're wanting to go obviously cheaper, you would go Hyundai, or you would go for something along those lines if you were going cheap, because of the same sort of size, same type of car. But this, I think, accommodates for a lot of people. You've got a good luxurious car, it's a good drive, and you don't have to feel like you drive like a lunatic to get anywhere. It is actually pretty pokey for the 150 horsepower car. Wow, it does shoot off the mark. But I think overall this is a fantastic car. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button here. If you want to see more of our content, it'll be on the screen now. Thanks for watching again. Don't forget to like this one, smash that like button, and I hope you enjoyed the ride. We'll see you next time. Enjoy.